morning, Forest Park. I'm Don Jones, Forest Park City Manager. We've had some questions about a vehicle that's been stationed at our firehouse for the last couple of months. It is the UC Health Mobile Stroke Unit, and it's just another tool that our firefighters have to offer our citizens and help them in the event of a stroke. There's a lot of technology involved and a lot of medicine here, and I thought it best to bring in the experts and to tell you about it. So here they are, the UC Health Mobile Stroke Unit.
I'm Dr. Christopher Richards. I'm the Medical Director of the UC Health Mobile Stroke Unit. The Mobile Stroke Unit is a specialized ambulance. We can do everything that your local EMS ambulance can do and more when it comes to acute stroke. We have a nurse, a paramedic, an EMT driver, and a CT technician who can operate a CAT scan in the back of the ambulance. In addition to that, we have a member of the UC Health stroke team who can join via an iPad who can actually evaluate the patient in real time, just like they would do at an emergency department. When we have the patient in the back, we have them go to the CAT scanner where we can diagnose stroke. And if it's a type of stroke that is due to a blockage in the artery, we can actually deliver a clot-busting medication. We can even make a diagnosis to know if we need to go for a procedure to remove that blood clot. That's what we did when we had our first patient that we treated in the back of the mobile stroke unit. We were able to start clot-busting medication within minutes, bring them to the hospital where a procedure was able to bring the blood clot out. When it comes to acute stroke, minutes really do matter. Any time that passes by really does decrease the chance of overall survival and actually functional outcome. We saw that in our patient. He had a very severe stroke when he first showed up in the back of our mobile stroke unit, and we were able to give the clot-busting medication. After that, and after removing the clot, he was able to get back to normal. Now that's an ideal situation. It won't happen on every single time. We know that. But the more we do this and the more timely treatment we can give patients with acute stroke the best chance we can.
My name is Shannon Hayden. I am an EMT driver of the mobile stroke unit. They realized that he was having a stroke and they called us immediately, which is great because we are actually bringing the hospital to them because they had a hospital 5 minutes away and they still called us in. So we were able to bring the hospital to him. We had him in the unit, scanned within 3 minutes. I believe TPA was on board within 20 minutes. And we transported from that point, and it was like 16 minutes to the hospital where he went in and they had another procedure to to go get the clot. And by 4:30, 5 o'clock, I believe he was up eating his dinner with his family.
We are here in Forest Park today because our partners here at Forest Park Fire and EMS treated our first patient in the mobile stroke unit. They were called out by 911 for someone who was just not acting well. When they got on the scene, they knew immediately that the patient was having an acute stroke and then called us. When we got on the scene, we had the patient in the back to make the diagnosis of acute stroke, and we gave a clot-busting medication. When it comes to stroke minutes count, Forest Park paramedics knew that. They called us right in, and fortunately, we were able to have a very good outcome.
So I'm Angie Black with the UC Gardner Neuroscience Institute, and thank you all for being here, and thank you for participating in the mobile stroke unit. And we're here today to present you with a certificate to celebrate the very first stroke patient treatment on the mobile stroke unit in the greater Cincinnati area to Forest Park Fire Department. We truly appreciate everything that you've done, and you truly saved this man's life.
I will add my thanks. I'm Dr. Chris Richards. I'm the Medical Director of the Mobile Stroke Unit. As a brief recap for those of you who don't know, our very first patient who was treated here in the Mobile Stroke Unit, you were called out for someone who was just not acting normally. Right when you all came on scene, you knew that he was having a stroke immediately and then called us. In the back of the ambulance, we found that he really had some severe deficits from his stroke. We gave TPA, the clot-busting medication, brought him right downtown where they opened up the artery within an hour and a half of his symptoms onset. And if you know about how timely stroke care is, that is an incredible time. He went from not being able to move his entire left side of his body to being able to move everything and be entirely interactive without any kind of deficits, and that is because of the work that you all did in coordination with, obviously, our mobile stroke unit team. So on behalf of our mobile stroke unit team, UC Health, and really our entire community, we thank you all for what you did that day. And we have a little memento for you guys to remember our first treatment here on the mobile stroke unit. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
My name's Alfie Jones. I'm a resident of Forest Park since 1976. I've been with Forest Park since 1988. I am your fire chief. Living here in Forest Park and seeing the details within Forest Park, I knew we had a high occurrence of hypertension-related illnesses. And so with the history of hypertension could lead to stroke. And so with that stroke being here for the mobile access, it was a benefit for our citizens to get the treatment at the scene instead of being taken to the hospital and having a delay receiving that treatment and care.
My name is Christopher Hunt. I'm a firefighter paramedic with the City of Forest Park Fire Department. And hands down, the single thing that made this incident go smoothly was Miss Allen recognizing and taking the opportunity to walk outside and see what was wrong. She's a nurse by trade, and when we got here, she had already diagnosed the problem and said what she thought it was. And it was just up to us to either confirm or disprove what she said and get the appropriate people here, and that's what we tried to do. She saved this man's life. Without her saying stroke, I know that we would have got there, but we have a set of assessment tools that we have to go through. So we would eventually have gotten to stroke. But when someone says, I'm a nurse, and they're wearing a UDF outfit, it kind of prompted me to be like, okay, let's prove or disprove this immediately to see if it's true or not. So once me and my partner, Clint Platt, once we realized it was a stroke, all we had to do was pick up the radio. And then the second half of that is the mobile stroke unit. It's invaluable. There's no way that we could do the things that they did. They saved his life. We were just a mechanism between the two. Any other day, if she would have called 911 and said it was a stroke, the stroke unit would have been here, and we pretty much would have been just taking vitals and getting some information to pass on. And that's what we did. So it just proves that getting involved in activating 911 is a worthwhile outcome.
My name's Jana Allen. Having the stroke team come in and help me out here was fantastic. They were on the spot and they diagnosed him. We ran him through the CT, so I was told, and confirmed what I had already known, and took him on where he needed to be, and got him the medication that he needed. And I was told later on that day that he was sitting up and eating dinner with no deficits, which is number one, what we want to hear as all nurses and medical team.
By us getting called in, the run come in as, I believe, something else, and then they realized that he was having a stroke, and they called us immediately, which is great, because we are actually bringing the hospital to them, because they had a hospital 5 minutes away and they still called us in. So we were able to bring the hospital to him. We had him in the unit, scanned within 3 minutes. I believe TPA was on board within 20 minutes. And we transported from that point, and it was like 16 minutes to the hospital, where he went in and they had another procedure to break, to go get the clot. And by 4:30, 5 o'clock, I believe he was up eating his dinner with his family. So it was a wonderful thing.
I don't know how to look at it. It was a blessing. It was wonderful. I'm very happy and elated that it had a positive outcome, that the patient that we're here for today left the hospital with no neural deficit. That's wonderful. I hate to see anything happen to any of our patients in the community, but I'm happy it happened in Forest Park. We have great crews, great educated paramedics, and we're the best. I've been around for a while. I'll say Southwest Ohio has the best care. I'll put them against anyone in the nation.
Here at UC Health, we really do see the mobile stroke unit as a community resource. Our partnership with our local fire and EMS partners has been critical and instrumental and a truly rewarding part of our project here. Working with fire departments like Forest Park has just been fantastic. It really makes the program run. You all have a fantastic department here who knew what to look for when it came to acute stroke. We were there only to help support what Forest Park Fire and EMS was already doing, and we look forward to working with you moving forward in the future.
On behalf of the City of Forest Park, I want to thank UC Health for making us a part of this pilot program and that we can offer this great service to our citizens. I want to thank Jana Allen for her great citizenship and stepping up and helping in our first successful run. Learn the signs of a stroke and call 911 when you need to. Again, thank you all and have a good day.